Well, Leslie Marshall is a syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor, and Lars Larson is a syndicated radio host. All right, panel. So, I mean, you got to, whether you believe in the Tea Party or not, Lars, you got to tip your hat to them. To go from being called AstroTurf, un-American, and other, racists, you name it, they've been called all of it, to now at almost exactly the same number of people polled want them to set the agenda as want President Obama.
I love it. I've been a Tea Party supporter all along, and I'll tell you what, the only people who seem not to want to believe in it are some of the Democrats, maybe even the president. Remember how the president dismissed them as well. But these are honest, well-meaning Americans who've gone out and educated themselves on the issues and have been very, very vocal. They've been disparaged. They've been called names. They've been really put down by everyone from President Obama to most of the left. In fact, what was it? Matt Taibbi in the latest issue of Rolling Stone calls them crazy or insane. They best not dismiss these people. They're the real deal.
Leslie, if you're advising President Obama, you see these numbers come out, what do you tell him?
Hope for more division on the right, because, Megan, if you see the poll, the numbers were just as high, if not higher, supporting the GOP non-Tea Party members. The proof is going to be not in the pudding here. The proof is going to be in the voting. And I'm really interested to see how those Tea Party members are going to vote when they have an R, not a T or an I, next to their name starting in January.
But speaking of the numbers, and with my apologies to our folks in the control room who keep having to put this graphic up, look at the numbers, because it really does show. So, number one, they've got 28% who say President Obama should set the agenda. Tea Party members have almost as much at 27%. 23% believe Republicans should do it. Just 16%, Leslie, say the Democrats should be setting the agenda in the coming year. And so when you look at, the Tea Party does not support President Obama's policies. There's really no doubt about that. So when you take all these numbers together, as President Obama and a Democratic agenda supporter, what's the message you take away from? You continue to sort of push forward with a left-wing agenda, or you try to moderate a little?
You have to remember, Megan, that the overwhelming majority of people that voted in the last presidential election that voted President Barack Obama in voted for the platform, for the promises in his campaign that he made to be taken care of by the American people. Some of the American people have obviously changed their mind because of what's going on with the economy. And I feel in the next 2 years, as the economy improves, we're going to see those poll number change greatly. As a matter of fact, there wouldn't be a Tea Party if we had a great economy.
Well, I don't know. Is that true, Lars? Because the Tea Party believes in government hands-off. It's not all about the jobs. It's also about the T stands for taxed enough already.
Well, the real beauty in the Tea Partiers, is that they believe in what the founders believed in: a limited federal government, a limited role of government in all parts of your life, hands off as much as possible, small taxes, maximum individual liberty. The fact is, these are all American values represented by the Tea Party. And I don't care what Leslie says. I mean, Leslie, God bless you, but this is a mess. Your president promised all kinds of things. He's fulfilled very little of it. And of course, he's continued to screw up the economy. He owns this one now. And as many Americans, as Megan pointed out, want the Tea Partiers to be making decisions as the guy who won the last presidential election. That should be embarrassing.
But the Tea Party may be having a bit of a honeymoon period right now, Leslie, because they did have some significant victories in this election. And now that they've actually got lawmakers who are Tea Party backed in the U.S. Congress, they're going to have to govern. They're going to have to make decisions on votes. And what is the risk to them? What do they need to watch out for?
Well, there's a huge risk. And Megan, stop reading my mind, because I was just thinking honeymoon phase, as a matter of fact, as Lars was talking. Lars talks about less government, and the Tea Party talks about less government. One of the ways that we can reduce our deficit, we can balance the budget and turn the economy around, is cutting huge entitlement programs, Medicare, Social Security, etc. I don't think the Tea Party is going to do that. I don't think the Tea Party can do that. And if they do, they're going to see in 2 years themselves being tossed out like the baby with the bathwater, in a sense, because those are huge government programs, and that, not earmarks, is where a lot of reduction has to come in order to turn things around quicker to appease their base and the American people at large regarding the economy.
As soon as you suggest that in Washington, people go deaf. I don't know what you said. Entitlement spending. Not listening to you, Lars and Leslie. All right, guys, I got to go because we've got a bunch of breaking news. But thank you both.